If you're a trader on a losing streak and feel that heavy weight inside, this video is for you. Let's talk about Michael. Michael is a disciplined trader, or at least he used to be. For the past 2 weeks, it feels like every decision he makes is the wrong one. His screen is a sea of red. Each morning, he sits down at his desk, and the first thing he feels isn't excitement, it's a knot in his stomach. He pulls up his trading journal, staring at the long list of losing trades. Minus 2 ere, minus 1, ere minus 1.5R. The numbers blur together, a testament to his failure. He feels a pressure in his chest, a quiet desperation. He needs to make it back. Just one good trade to turn things around. That's what he tells himself. The market opens. A setup appears, one that fits his plan, but he hesitates. The memory of his last loss is still fresh. What if it goes wrong again? He pictures the red candle, the stop loss hitting. His finger hovers over the mouse, but he can't bring himself to click. The moment passes, and the trade runs without him, perfectly to target. A wave of frustration washes over him. He missed it. He was too scared. The feeling of being behind intensifies. Later, another potential setup forms. This one isn't as clean. It doesn't quite meet all his criteria, but the urgency is screaming inside him now. He can't miss another one. He thinks, maybe this is it. Maybe I can force it to work. He enters the trade. It's a forced move, born not from strategy, but from a desperate need to feel in control, to erase the pain of the previous losses. Immediately, the trade goes against him. He stares at the screen, frozen. The loss grows bigger. His mind is racing, but his body is paralyzed. He should cut the trade, but he can't. Hope is a dangerous thing. Maybe it'll turn around. It doesn't. He takes another significant loss. He leans back in his chair, the energy drained from him. He doesn't close his platform. He just stares at the charts, at the flickering numbers that represent his dwindling account. The market is just noise now. He's not analyzing, not planning. He's just numb. The quiet in the room is deafening, filled only by the sound of his own thoughts, replaying every mistake, every missed opportunity. The weight on his chest feels heavier than ever. This is the mind of a trader on a losing streak. This isn't just about losing money. It's a deep psychological battle. What Michael is experiencing is a classic threat response. Our brains are wired for survival. When we face repeated losses, our brain perceives it as a threat, just like facing a predator in the wild. This triggers the fight-or-flight response. The hesitation, that's the freeze part of the response. The forced trade. That's the fight. Your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate increases. Your breathing becomes shallow. This physiological state creates a powerful sense of urgency. The feeling that you must do something right now to fix the problem. This urgency leads to what psychologists call tunnel vision. Your focus narrows dramatically. You stop seeing the bigger picture, the broader market context. All you see is the immediate need to recoup your losses. You're no longer trading your plan. You're trading your emotions. Your decision-making becomes reactive, impulsive, and short-sighted. You abandon your rules. You chase trades. You oversize your positions, all in a frantic attempt to stop the bleeding. But this almost always makes the bleeding worse. The emotional capital you lose is often far more damaging than the financial capital. The stress, the anxiety, the loss of confidence, these things can take a long time to rebuild. Your self-worth gets tangled up with your profit and loss statement. Every red day feels like a personal failure, reinforcing a negative feedback loop that's incredibly difficult to break. You start to doubt your skills, your strategy, everything. So, how do we break this cycle? How do we calm the storm inside? The first step is to recognize what's happening. Acknowledge the threat. Understand that it's a normal biological reaction, not a character flaw. Naming it takes away some of its power. You're not a bad trader. You're a human being whose nervous system is trying to protect you. The most successful professional traders have been through this. They understand that when they're in this state, they are their own worst enemy. So what do? They don't try to win the money back. They don't force trades, they do the opposite. They actively reduce their exposure. They take a step back. They trade smaller size, or they stop trading altogether for a day or two. They recognize that their most important job in a losing streak is not to make a profit, but to protect their emotional and mental capital. This is the key. Survival comes before recovery. You cannot recover if you have been psychologically wiped out. Think of it like a physical injury. If you sprain your ankle, you don't immediately try to run a marathon. You rest. You reduce the strain. You allow it to heal. Trading is no different. Your mind is your greatest asset. And during a losing streak, it is in hurried. It needs time to heal. So, if you're Michael, what's the practical next step? Shut down the platform, go for a walk. Get away from the screens. Shift your physical and mental state. When you come back, don't focus on making money. Focus on making one good decision. Just one. That might mean following your plan for a tiny position size. Or it might mean the best decision is not to trade at all. The goal is to break the chain of impulsive actions and regain a sense of calm control. Take out your journal. Instead of just logging the numbers, write down how you felt. I felt hesitant here. I felt an overwhelming urge to trade here. This practice of journaling connects you to the psychological patterns driving your behavior. It's not about judging yourself. It's about observing with curiosity. Over time, you'll start to see the warning signs earlier. You'll feel that urgency creeping in and be able to say, there's that feeling again. I know what this is. Time to step back. Remember, a losing streak doesn't define you as a trader. Every single person who has achieved long-term success in the markets has endured them. The difference is how they respond. They don't fight the market. They don't fight themselves. They manage their psychological state with the same discipline they apply to their trading strategy. They prioritize survival, knowing that with a clear mind and protected capital, opportunities for recovery will always come. The market isn't going anywhere. It will be there tomorrow and the day after. The question is, will you? Protect your mind. Stay in the game. If you're finding it difficult to manage these feelings on your own, remember that talking to a mental health professional can provide valuable tools and support. Taking care of your mental well-being is a sign of strength. If you found this reflection helpful, consider subscribing for more insights into the psychology of trading. Thanks for watching.